This drizzly, cold gray Thursday evening. No gray and drizzly in here. It's all smiles and fun. Looking forward to our first 6 events of the 2026 State Short Course Senior Championship, hosted by Aquajets here at the Gene K. Freeman Aquatic Center. Our big thanks to all of our timers, volunteers from Aquajets, and to all of our officials who help us make our results so meaningful. Our first event is the 200-yard medley relay for the girls. We have 5 heats. Heat 1. In lane 2, Tuna B with Olivia, Mia, Mariah, and Rita. Lane 3, Hurricanes B with Sylvia, Annalise, Lily, and Molly. Lane 4, Great Wolf A with Kylie, Kaya, Gracie, and Kara. Lane 5, the Minnesota Flyers A with Aaliyah, Adeline, Sophie, and Hannah. In lane 6, Sems B with Avery, Evelyn, Olivia, and Kyrie. And this is Great Wolf and Sems. Quite a battle. At the flags, it's Great Wolf. And at the wall with a 1:53.05. Their best time of the year by 4.5 seconds. Great Wolf. Heat 2. In lane 1 is Granite City A with Adeline, Anya, Macy, and Lauren. Lane 2, Mantas A with Jordan, Britta, Britton, and Kate. Lane 3, West Express with Haley, Micah, Brady, and Ava. Lane 4, Mako A with Maggie, Aubrey, Claire, and Bella. Lane 5, Central Minnesota, B with Addison, Ariana, Kaya, and Maggie. Lane 6, Velocity, A with Ruthie, Ella, Abby, and Ainsley. Lane 7, Edina, B with Eliana, Ellie, Taylor, and Liz. And in lane 8, North Suburban, B with Lexi, Eloise, Kaylee, and Audrey. And going to be a tight one. And the longest fingernails belongs to Mako. Bella Johnson of Mako brings the Sharks in at a 152.7. Heat 3. Swimming in lane 1, Fox Jets B with Mia, Rachel, Huishu, and Olivia. Lane 2, St. Croix B with Olivia, Isla, Sabina, and Gabby. Lane 3, Hurricanes A with Helen, Maggie, Maddie, and Evie. Lane 4, West Express A with Sophie, Mackenzie, Jalen, and Olivia. Lane 5, Lake Superior A with Bella, Eleanor, Anna, and Kendra. Lane 6, North Suburban A with Ellie, Lauren, Charlotte, and Abby. Lane 7, Aqua Jets B with Kaylee, Hannah, Emma, and Brooke. And in lane 8, Rochester B with Janet, Annabelle, Penny, and Maddie. And West Express A hot in the middle here. This is Olivia Patrick anchoring for West Express. And a 150.07. Heat 4. In lane 1, North Star A with Lydia, Delaney, Sylvie, and Britta. Lane 2, Riptide B with Emma, Chandler, Samantha, and Vivian. Lane 3, Tuna A with Lucia, Sierra, Jaya, and Maya. 4, St. Croix A with Isabel, Bella, Lucy, and Emma. Lane 5, Fox Jets A with Lilia, Mercy, Laney, and Tanya. Lane 6, Sims A with Iris, Malia, Logan, and Addison. Lane 7, Minnetonka B with Keely, Bree, Soph, and Sophia. Lane 8, Edina A with Ellen, Sophie, Adele, and Amira. And St. Croix with a slight lead. They'll drop anchor with Emma Wood. Sophia Krokowski Gonzalez of Minnetonka chasing in lane 7. At the flag, Sophia. And it is Minnetonka 147.91. That's the time to beat going into our top seeded heat. Now heat 5. In our top 8 seeds here, lane 1, we have Aqua Jets A with Megan, Sophia, Vivian, and Macy. In lane 2, Central Minnesota A with McKenna, Kate, Avery, and Izzy. Lane 3, Black Line A with Mia, Mary, Maddie, and Anna. Lane 4, South Metro Storm A with Janessa, Aspen, Lexi, and Peyton. Lane 5, Rochester A with Elise, Corinna, Julia, and Chloe. Lane 6, Riptide A with Marion, Audrey, Sophia, and Madeline. Lane 7, Minnetonka A with Lauren, Rebecca, Brooke, and Annika. Lane 6, South Metro Storm B with Taylor, Carolyn, Maddie, and Taylor. This is Lexi Tippy of Storm celebrating her 17th birthday with a hot butterfly leg for the relay, 24.65. Happy birthday, Lexi, my goodness. And she will send Peyton Holtgren into the water. Storm was 3rd in this event last year with a 144.8. And there's a 144.34. Our next event is the men's 200 medley relay. Heat 1. In lane 3, we have the Metro Marlins A with Luke, Ty, Henry, and Davis. Lane 4, Rochester B with Caleb, Jasper, Blake, and Liam. Lane 5, Men Flyers A with Ravi, Liam, Leaf, and Justin. Lane 6, Red Dragon A with Lucas, Gavin, Patrick, and Matthew. And the Minnesota Flyers drop anchor with Justin Ma. Nice 24-60 from Leif Olson. And a 21-2 for Justin. And they are in at a 140.79. Heat 2. In lane 1, Edina B with Kai, Owen, Augusta, and Henry. Lane 2, North Suburban B with Isaac, Carson, Holden, and Sam. Lane 3, West Express B with Alex, Oliver, Aiden, and Joey. Lane 4, North Star A with Wyatt, Henry, Soren, and Jared. Lane 5, Velocity B with birthday boy Wyatt, Henry, Nicholas, and Brody. Oh, another birthday there. Nope, take it back. Lane 6, Fox Jets A with Garrett, Sebastian, Owen, and Zach. Lane 7, Aqua Jets B with Beckett, Isaiah, Payton, and Broden. And lane 8, Hastings A with Jacob, Oscar, Ben, and James. Great race going on there in lane 6 and 7. Fox Jets A and Aqua Jets B. Brody Vetch anchoring for Aqua Jets and pulling out. Brody will split. Well, we don't quite know what Brody split, but they did take the heat. Heat 3. In lane 1, black line A with Ruslan, Liam, Lewis, and Brad. Lane 2, Hurricanes A with Axel, Finn, Tristan, and Jacob. Lane 3, Rochester A with Andrew, Gabe, Miko, and James. Lane 4, Central Minnesota B with Alex, Xavier, Jack, and Sawyer. Lane 5, Great Wolf A with Kipton, Vincent, Joshua, and Zach. Lane 6, Riptide B with Nolan, Owen, Wes, and Aiden. Lane 7, Hurricanes B with Hudson, Luca, Thomas, and Carter. And lane 8, South Metro Storm B with Ethan, Oliver, Tyler, and Kellen. And here comes Great Wolf. Got 138-21. Nice 21-6 for Zach Moore, Great Wolf anchor. And now Heat 4. In lane 1, Edina A. Lane 2, Edina A with Joe, Cameron, Jackson, and August. Lane 2, Sems B with Blake, Ethan, Noah, and Teo. Lane 3, St. Croix A with Grant, Parker, Lucian, and Ben. Lane 4, Central Minnesota A with Hayden, Charlie, Amati, and Tommy. Lane 5, Northfield A with Jacob, Jim, Lucas, and John. Lane 6, Mako A with Maddox, Owen, Kent, and Grant. Lane 7, Minnetonka B with Rowan, Drew, Joshua, and Cole. Lane 8, Storm A with Parker, Charlie, Owen, and Alex. And we got a little outside smoke. South Metro Storm A. Storm anchoring with Alex Frensha. Storm, the defending champion. And a nice 21-5 out of Central Minnesota is Tommy Runkel. And Central Minnesota with a 136-1-2. And now Heat 5. In lane 1, Velocity Aquatics A with Cam, Luke, birthday boy Luke, Michael and Sam. Lane 2, Tuna A with Dante, Wesley, Mason, and Brady. Lane 3, North Suburban A with Benno, Rogan, Lucas, and Danny. Lane 4, Aqua Jets A with Braxton, Rohan, Ballard, and Alex. Lane 5, Minnetonka A with Ben, Will, William, and Bricks. Lane 6, West Express with Sam, Owen, Bryson, and Ethan. Lane 7, Riptide A with Thomas, Mackenzie, Micah, and Gabe. Lane 8, Sems A with Alexander, Finn, Ben, and Andrew. This is Ballard Brazil, fly leg for the Aqua Jets. And Alex Pershin anchoring for Aqua Jets. But here comes Bricks DeWitt of Minnetonka. 1952 anchor leg for Danny By gets North Suburban third, second to Minnetonka, and unofficially in first with the 132.01 Aqua Jets A. And we will have a short break. Present the awards to the medley relay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium our top 8 finishers in the girls 200 medley relay. Finishing in 8th place, we have the team of Isabel, Bella, Lucy, and Emma from St. Croix A. In 7th, we have the team of Keeley, Bree, Soph, and Sophia from Minnetonka B. In 6th place, the team of Lauren, Rebecca, Brooke, and Annika, Minnetonka A. In 5th place, the team of Marion, Audrey, Sophia, and Madeline, Riptide A. In 4th, the team of McKenna, Kate, Avery, and Izzy from Central Minnesota. Our bronze medalists with a time of 146.14, the team of Mia Doolittle, Mary Miller, Maddie Mullen, and Anna Searson from Blackline. Taking the silver medal with a time of 145.80, the team of Elise Weingarten, Corinna Ton, Julia Ogren, and Chloe Magnuson from Rochester. And our 2026 senior state champions with a winning time of 144.34, the team of Janessa Sentiers, Aspen Schieffer, Lexi Tippy, and Peyton Hultgren of the South Metro Storm. Congratulations, Medley Relay medalists. Thank you. And now please welcome to the podium our top 8 teams in the men's 200 medley relay. Finishing in 8th place, the team of Sam, Owen, Bryson, and Ethan from West Express. In 7th, the team of Parker, Charlie, Owen, and Alex from the South Metro Storm. In 6th, the team of Grant, Parker, Lucian, and Ben from St. Croix Swim Club. In 5th place, the team of Hayden, Charlie, Ty, and Tommy from Central Minnesota. In 4th, team of Dante, Wesley, Mason, and Brady from Tuna. Earning a bronze medal with a time of 132.64, the team of Benno Schubauer, Rogan Ellis, Lucas McGann and Danny By of North Suburban. Earning the silver medal with a time of 1:32.27, the team of Ben Jabs, Will Jabs, William Finicani Tuccio, and Brooks DeWitt from Minnetonka. And our 2026 state champions in the 200 medley relay with a winning time of 1:32.01, the team of Braxton Helmers, Rohan D'Souza Larson, Ballard Brazil, and Alex Pershin of Aquajets. Big congratulations to Aquajets and all of their fellow medalists in the 200 medley relay. Thank you, gentlemen. A quick heads up as we move to the 1,000 freestyle. We will be swimming slowest to fastest, and there will be one combined heat. Heat 1 will be a combined heat of the women's Heat 1 and the men's Heat 1. And counters, please. Grab your cards, take your places. We still need a counter for Parker from the Hurricanes in lane 5. Heat 1. In lane 1, Callie Solbo, Men Flyers. Lane 2, Kyrie Brown, South Metro Sharks. Lane 3, Emily Schussler of Fox Jets. In lane 5, Parker Larson of Hurricanes. Lane 6, Nicholas Grotbo, Velocity. And lane 7, Oscar Green of Hastings. And we are 700 yards in. For the women, on the men's side, Nicholas just turned at 750. .32.5 pace will net a 10.50. 33 flat, that's an easy one. 33 flat, 106, that's 11 minutes. So if you're tracking splits, Carrie Brown of Semmes leading among the three women. .150 yards to go for Carey. Over on the men's side, Nicholas and also Parker on their last 100. And here's the bell for Nicholas. He's going to have himself a nice 10:35, and that'll be a nice 5-second drop. Parker on his way to a good one as well. And now Carey gets the bell treatment. And she is going to be just over 11 minutes as she goes down to check out the distance swimmer's favorite color, orange. There's a nice 10:37 for Nicholas. Parker, 10:48, and a 10:50 for Oscar. There's an 11:04 and a 13-second best time for Carey. Nice swim. And now girls heat 2. In lane 1, Addison Crom, Rochester. Lane 2, Teresa Anderson of South Metro Storm. Lane 3, Ruby Call, Riptide. Lane 4, Kara Gorzik, Great Wolf. 5, Alyssa Bowers, Riptide. 6, Samantha Graves, Riptide. Lane 7, Stella Christensen, Aquajets. And lane 8, Ava Dominguez, West Express. And now we will run all the women's heats, and then we will return to the men and run heats 2 through 4 of the boys. Sorry to confuse men and boys. We're going to use those terms pretty interchangeably all weekend, depending on the confusion level of the old announcer guy. Showing off in lane 6, this is Samantha Graves of Riptide. Brand new to the 15-17 age group. She comes in with an 11:06. Samantha settling in at a 31.6 pace as she turns at the 300. And Kara Gorzik from Great Wolf also splitting in the mid 31s. 31.5 split evenly throughout is at 10:30, and both of these girls have got time in the bank. We'll look at the 400 and see just how much. 10:30 at the 400 is a 4:12 split. Samantha 6 seconds ahead of that. Kara 2 seconds ahead, although both now they're no closer to 32 flat than 31.5. Even so, 32 flat is a 10:40. And a pair of 32s. That's what happens when you go out too fast. If your first 150 is all gas and no brakes, the second half of the race can be less fun. Samantha bounces back. as does Kara. Somebody wiggled their cards. 5:10 for Samantha, 5:14 at the 500. And Kara creeping up a little bit. She's about 0.6 of a second faster than Samantha. Three-quarters of the way through. And both these girls are going to be in the 10:30 range. Hundred yards to go, and Samantha, her pace about a 1:05 pace. Samantha 10:33.6. Nice time drop. Kara 2:37, also a very nice time. And a sneaky fast 10:45 for Alyssa. E3. Swimming in lane 1 from Rochester. She has the best name in the meet, Allie Poole. Lane 2 from Fox Jets, Lainey Hendrickson. Lane 3, Mako's Bella Johnson. In lane 4, Aqua Jets, Isabel Lane. In lane 5, from Great Wolf, Gracie Mork. Lane 6 from Aqua Jets, Izzy Klausman. Lane 7 from Riptide, Avery Jelinek. And lane 8 from Velocity, Lola Schottler. Avery under 59 on the way out. Isabel and Gracie and Bella and Laney all out under a minute. Lane 5, Gracie Mork of Great Wolf was second in the high school Class A 500 last November. And coming into the 300 here is about the point where the swimmers settle into what they're going to hold. And Gracie swimming the best of everybody right now, a 31.3. We talked about it in the last heat. 31.5 gets you a 10.30. Gracie's best is a 10.43. Gracie went that 10:33 during Great Wolf's trip down to the A-plus meet at Schrader at the end of January, early February. Down at Schrader, Gracie was a 5:21 at the 500, and she is a 5:12. Not only 9 seconds ahead, but splitting a full second ahead of what she swam in early February, late January. Unlike our events tomorrow that are prelim final, this is time final. All times are ranked and then scored. Maddie's pace now, about a mid 103. That's still pretty solid. Remember, she had 9 seconds in the bank at the 500. Right now, holding high 103s. She can get this last 250 done without giving away too much of that 9-second buffer. She could be under 10:30. And we'll look at her 800 split here. And we added 205 or 6. She could be under 10:30 with a good last 200. .103.5 the pace. There are only 8 swimmers in the event seated under 10:30. Under to go. And she is at 9:25. I'm seeing a 10:28.5. Write that down. And orange cards for Gracie. It's going to be a good one. And a 10:26.9 for Gracie. And a really nice swim for Lainey Hendrickson. Over here in lane 2, sneaky fast. 10:30.43. And a 34.39 for Isabel, a 10:40 for Bella. Some really fast swimming, and we have 2 heats to go. Heat 4. Swimming in lane 1, Maddie Friel, Fox Jets. Lane 2, Adele Stark, Edina. Lane 3, Gwyneth McLaughlin, Aqua Jets. Lane 4, Maddie Wenzel, Riptide. Lane 5, Josie McDonald, St. Croix. Lane 6, Huizhu Kim, Fox Jets. Lane 7, Maddie Hetland, Hurricanes. And lane 8, Chandler Offerman of Riptide. Josie in lane 5 was a championship finalist in the Class A high school championship, where she finished 5th. At the 400, Chandler Offerman of Riptide, lane 8, holding about a 103 and splitting a 406. And Chandler's slipping a little bit. She's 5'10" at the 500, but holding 104s. So we're going to be pretty close to being on the bubble for a 10:30, and she bounces back. She can hold that pace. She'll be just fine. And Chandler is slipping a little bit. That's 104.5 pace. And with 250 yards to go, Chandler still in the 104 and change range for her 100 pace. And at the 800-yard mark, she's going to be very close to that 10:30 point. Again, the time to beat, 10:26.9 from Gracie Mork. Lainey Hendrickson with a 10:30. And with 100 to go, Chandler on track for maybe a 10:29. And a good last 50 will get Chandler a low 29, maybe a high 28. And there it is, 10:27.89 for Chandler. That puts her number 2 on the list right now. Maddie Wenzel with a nice 10:34. And that will look sweet on the leaderboard. And now let's meet the swimmers in our top-seeded heat. Swimming in lane 1 from Riptide, Madeline Jenin. In lane number 2 from Riptide, she was 8th in this event last year, Lily Sisson. In lane 3 from Great Wolf, Kaya Casey. In lane 4, top seed, 2nd last year from Riptide, Caroline Mulrooney. In lane 5 from North Suburban, the state high school AA champ in the 500, Ellie Bina. In lane 7 from Riptide, 9th last year, Isla George. And in lane 8, also scored in this event last year from Aqua Jets, Kayla Haycraft. Heat 5. And we should have a dandy race here between Caroline in lane 4 and Ellie in lane 5. They are only seated 7/10 apart. So right now, Kaya Casey of Great Wolf going out like a taxi driver with her hair on fire. 56 flat for Kaya. And Kaya coming back to earth a little bit. Caroline went a 10:02.91 at this very meet last year, and that is her seed time. A year ago, she was 2:29.4 at this point, 2:28.5 right now. Ellie's seat time of 2:03.69 came from Speedos down in Rochester last March. Ellie's 30.6 last split, very close to what she was holding consistently down in Rochester at Speedos. It would be so fun to see both of these women lift each other to a sub 10-minute swim. And while they're capturing our attention, there's some other nice swimmers in here. Maddie Jenin of Riptide, Lily Sisson of Riptide. Both were 5:05 or better at the 500. And Ellie moving out just a little bit. About a 1 second lead on Caroline. Both swimmers just a little bit off of their PR pace. And Ellie putting the hammer down. 7:03. Ellie had a high 58 for her last 100 last year. So we may not see that sub 10-minute swim, but we might very well see a PR. This swim very reminiscent of Ellie's state high school swim championship, where she just pulled away and that smooth stroke just kept rolling. .150 yards to go for Ellie. Caroline's still fast, but she is several seconds back. And 100 yards out. And a 9:05. I'm thinking we may see about a 9:04 high or a 9:05 flat from Ellie. Ask not for whom the bell tolls, Ellie Bina, it tolls for thee. Caroline hanging on for second. Her teammate Madeline looking good for third. But here comes your unofficial state champion, North Suburban's Ellie Bina. 10:05.46. Caroline 10:12.09. And Maddie Jenin with a nice time drop to a 10:14.79. And remember, we swam heat 1 with the women. So this will be our boys heat 2. Heat 2. Swimming in lane 1 from the Red Dragon swim team, Matthew Tuel. Lane 2, Logan Clares, Omni Otters. Lane 3, Alan Bertelson, Minnetonka. Lane 4, Nicholas Trujillo, Minnetonka. Lane 5, Beckett Nelson, Aqua Jets. Lane 6, Nick Fitzgerald of the Storm. Lane 7, Rich Harker, Mako. And lane 8, Sebastian Wood, Fox Jets. Alan Bertelson of Minnetonka still holding on to a nice solid low 30 point for his pace. We'll see how far under 5 minutes he is at the halfway point. A healthy 4:54 and a half. Holding a minute. I'm going to put him right about 10 minutes. His PR is at 10:23. And if he keeps holding those low 30 points, he'll have a PR that starts with a 9. .400 to go, and he's still got 5 seconds to spend over the course of the next 850s. At the 700, Allen 656. Those splits creeping up. Not going to want to give away too many more tenths per 50. A lot of race left. And we'll see at the 800 where Allen's going to stack up. Oh, ouch. Holding 102s. He's going to need a really good last 200. Going to need to be about an 8:59. Oh boy. He needs a 59.5 for his last 100 to get this home for a milestone swim. And now he needs a 29-2. Bring up your legs, Allen. Got a chance. And there it is, a 9:59.43. Milestone swim PR for Alan Bertelson. (10:10) for Nelson Beckett. A nice 9-second drop. And Sebastian Wood over in lane 8 with a big swim. Nice 11-second drop for Sebastian. And here comes Logan, still fighting all the way. Now heat 3. Swimming in lane 1 from West Express, Eli Melquist. In lane 2 from Edina, Max Mosier. Lane 3, Nolan Hansen of Riptide. Lane 4, Tim Mariolo, Aquajets. Lane 5, Drew Rell, Minnetonka. Lane 6, Stanley Jabs, Minnetonka. Lane 7, Nikita Grinberg of Riptide. And in lane 8, Lucian Espinoza of St. Croix. Talented field of Minnesota swimming distance veterans. Every swimmer in this heat except for Nolan in lane 3 aged into this age group. Since last year, we've got a mix of long course meter, 800 meters seed times. Drew Rell of Minnetonka setting the pace. Turning second, lane 4, Tim Riolo, who was a consolation final in the high school meet not long ago, finishing 10th. That in the 500, of course. Drew was also in the Class AA finals. He finished in the top 5 in the 500. His best 1,000 comes from a November club meet at Minnetonka. Even though he's using a long course meter seed time for this event, he had split a 10:16 out of his 16:50 in November. And as he comes in for the 500, just a question of how many seconds under 10 minutes will he finish. Holding kind of a mid-59 pace for 100, splitting 4:46 at the 5. Could be in the 940s somewhere. At the 700, Drew still chugging along in the low 59s. It could be right on the bubble at 940, maybe a high 939. And you're hearing the bell for Drew. Going to be right at that 9:40 bubble. And there it is, 9:40.87 for Drew. A nice swim. And Nikita Grinberg in for second. Unofficially third will go to Timmy Riolo, or Tim Riolo, rather. And now the competitors in our top seeded heat. Swimming in lane 1 from Manta is Jack Swanson. In lane 2 from Rochester, James Gilkey. In lane 3 from Riptide, Gabe Lenzen. In lane 4 is our top seed, just aged into the age group from Great Wolves, Zach Moore. Lane 5 from Riptide, Thomas Foss. Lane 6 from Fox Jets, Zach Macbeth. Lane 7 from Rochester, Jasper Barone. And lane 8 from Riptide, Wes Knapp. Heat 4. And Thomas Foss holding some 58 mids. Thomas settling in at 59 second pace. He not only needs to win this heat, but he needs to beat the 940.87 set in the previous heat by Drew Rell. .345 at the 400. And we'll check in with Thomas at the 500. 444. But the splits have slipped, and he's now given away time. He had a lot of time in the bank to finish ahead of Drew. Now at the 700. .642. If Thomas keeps holding those mid 59s, he's going to be right at Drew Rell's time. And Thomas is going to have to pick it up to catch Drew's splits. Right now, he has drifted a couple seconds slower than Drew's pace with 150 to go. And coming in for the bell, and the wheels are kind of coming off for Thomas here. And it's a 9:43.7 for Thomas. And Zach Moore, 9:45.6. And Gabe Lenzen, third in the heat at a 9:50. So unofficially, Drew Rell at the top of the leaderboard, and then Thomas Foss, Zach Moore, and Gabe Lenzen unofficially our top four. And now, folks, we'll have a short break as we set up to present the awards for the 1,000-yard freestyle. And then we will swim 4 heats. I'm sorry, 5 heats of the 800-yard freestyle relay. Just a heads up for the Heat 1 of the boys 800 free relay. That will be swum combined with the girls Heat 1. So Red Dragon, Men Flyers, and Northfield boys be ready to go after the awards ceremony. And boys top 8 in the 1,000, please make your way to awards ready. And now, please welcome to the podium our top 8 finishers in the girls' 1,000-yard freestyle. Finishing in 8th place from Riptide, Chandler Offerman. In 7th from Great Wolf, Gracie Mork. In sixth from Riptide, Isla George. In fifth place from St. Croix, Emma Wood. In fourth from Riptide, Lily Sisson. And earning the bronze medal, going 10:14.79 from Riptide, Madeline Jenin. In the silver medal position, going 10:12.09 from Riptide, Caroline Mulrooney. And your 2026 state champion in the girls 1,000-yard freestyle with a winning time of 10:05.46 from North Suburban, Ellie Bina. Congratulations to Ellie and your fellow medalists. Congratulations, ladies. And thank you. And now, please welcome to the podium our top 8 finishers in the boys 1,000-yard freestyle. Finishing in 8th place from Rochester, James Gilkey. In 7th from Riptide, Wes Knapp. 6th from Minnetonka, Alan Bertelson. In 5th from Rochester, Jasper Barone. In 4th from Riptide, Gabe Lenzen. Finishing 3rd with a time of 9:45.62 from Great Wolf, Zach Moore. In 2nd, the time of 9:43.71 from Riptide, Thomas Foss. And our 2026 state champion with a winning time of 9:40.87 from Minnetonka, Drew Rell. Congratulations, Drew. And congrats to your fellow medalists in the 1,000. Our next event is a combination of Heat 1 of the girls 800 free relay and Heat 1 of the boys 800 free relay. And ladies and gentlemen, a very special presentation now. our 2026 state champion in the 1,000-yard freestyle para. Please welcome to the podium from Omni Otters with a winning time of 10:11:36.75, Logan Clares. Congratulations, Logan, our 1,000-yard freestyle para state champion. And now the timers will rejoin us, and the swimmers line up for girls Heat 1 combined with boys Heat 1 in the 800-yard freestyle relay. And once again, all relays will be introduced in the water. This is now events 5 and 6. Boys and girls combined 800-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1. Swimming in lane 1 in the girls' event. In lane 1, North Star A with Britta, Cora, Delaney, and Lydia. Lane 2, Mako A with Maggie, Claire, Aubrey, and AJ. They're all A teams, I guess. Lane 3, Minnesota Flyers with Aaliyah, Avery, Callie, and Layla. And lane 4, Tuna with Clara, Mariah, Vidika, and Rita. In the boys, Heat 1 over in lane 6, Red Dragon with Gavin, Patrick, Lucas, and Matthew. In lane 7, and out like a shot is Minnesota Flyers A with Justin, Ravi, Isaiah, and Leaf. Lane 8, Northfield A with Phoenix, Jim, Logan, and Lucas. Men Flyers still hot over there in lane 7. Once again, the boys. Lane 6 is Red Dragon. Lane 7, Men Flyers. And lane 8, Northfield. And among the girls, it's a dead heat. North Star, Mako, and the Men Flyers all right together. And over on the south side of the pool with the boys, Men Flyers. It's Isaiah Corris going to touch for Leif Olson. Chasing is Matthew Toole of Red Dragon. And in the water now for Northfield, Lucas Paul. And now our lead teams among the women, the girls, they'll drop anchor is North Star, sending Lydia Hidukovic into the water. Lydia in lane 1, anchoring for Mako. In lane 2, AJ Harker. Lane 3 for the Flyers, Layla Pickler. And now in the water in lane 4 for Tuna is Rita Serrani. And it is the men Flyers touching first for the boys, 7:29. Followed by Red Dragon and Northfield. For the girls, North Star, Lydia brings them in at an 8:14, followed by Mako and the men Flyers. And heading to the wall in lane 4 is Tuna. Now girls heat 2. In lane 1, Fox Jets with Eleni, Lilia, Huiju, and Rachel. Lane 2, St. Croix with Lucy, Olivia, Sabina, and Emma. Lane 3, North Suburban with Lauren, Abby, Sydney, and Ellie. Lane 4, Riptide with Marion, Lily, Caroline, and Madeline. Lane 5, Edina with Sophie, Liz, Adele, and Ellen. Lane 6, Storm with Taylor, Lexi, Peyton, and Teresa. Lane 7, Minnetonka with Sophia, Audrey, Annika, and Bree. And lane 8, Aqua Jets with Macy, Vivian, Megan, and Mackenzie. And I just read the entire wrong heat. My apologies. Let's start over and do it right this time. Lane 1 is Velocity Aquatics with Ainsley, Ella, Ruthie, and Lola. Lane 2, Lake Superior with Eleanor, Kendra, Anna, and Bella. Lane 3, Hurricanes with Evie, Molly, Maddie, and Clara. Lane 4, Great Wolf with Gracie, Natalie, Kara, and Kaya. Lane 5, Rochester with Elise, Allie, Addison, and Julia. Lane 6, Central Minnesota with Kate, Izzy, Kaya, and Avery. Lane 7 is Sam's with Addison, Olivia, Mia, and Carrie. Lane 8, West Express with Haley, Ava, Charlotte, and Ava. Sims in the water. Maya Seidel in the water for Sims. And she is hanging on, although best split on the board belongs to Kara Gorzik of Great Wolf. And Sims still in the lead. They'll drop anchor with Carrie Brown. And Great Wolf making a run here. This is Kaya Casey of Great Wolf. 50 to go. And Great Wolf about 3/10 faster, and Sims about 3/10 ahead. And it's Great Wolf. 750.47. Less than a second ahead of Sims. Rochester with a big swim from Julia Ogren for third in that heat. Heat 3. In lane 1, Fox Jets with Lainey, Lilia, Huiju, and Rachel. Many of these names will be hauntingly familiar. So I just read them to you about 9 minutes ago. Lane 2, St. Croix with Lucy, Olivia, Sabina, and Emma. Lane 3, North Suburban with Lauren, Abby, Sydney, and Ellie. Lane 4, Riptide with Marion, Lily, Caroline, and Madeline. Lane 5, Edina with Sophie, Liz, Adele, and Ellen. Lane 6, South Metro Storm with Taylor, Lexi, Peyton, and Teresa. Lane 7, Minnetonka with Sophia, Audrey, Annika, and Bree. And in lane 8, Aqua Jets with Macy, Vivian, Megan, and Mackenzie. Lauren Mackey with a nice 152, a 153 for Sophia of Minnetonka. And a fun little chase here between Minnetonka in 7 and Aqua Jets in 8, with North Suburban's Lily Sisson knocking on the door from lane 3. And Peyton Hultgren from Storm has joined the party over in lane 6. 6, 7, and 8. Peyton, Anonika, Megan. As I mentioned, Peyton, Annika, and Megan all in the water now together. Peyton just took off in her first 25. Her stroke looked like a windmill in a hurricane. She's come back to earth a little bit here. .54 out for Peyton, 54 and a half for Annika and Megan. And we're getting ready to drop anchor. Storm in the water first, followed closely by Minnetonka, then Aquajets, and then it was North Suburban and Riptide right together. For North Suburban, this is Ellie Bina. For Riptide, Madeline Jenin. And they are looking to join the party. In lane 6 for Storm, Teresa Anderson. Lane 7 for Minnetonka, it's Bree Harvey. And hanging tough at their feet from Aquajets, Mackenzie Koffenberg. Ellie Bina splitting 52. Don't sleep on North Suburban. .50 to go, and Ellie Bina from North Suburban has taken over. And now the race is for the silver. But North Suburban with a 151-2 split for Ellie Bina. Unofficially, our winner. Second to the wall is Riptide, and third, Minnetonka. Our next event is the boys 800 freestyle relay. Remember, we swam heat 1 with heat 1 of the girls. Heat 2. In lane 1 is Hastings with Jacob, James, Oscar, and Ben. Lane 2, Mako with Owen, Kent, Maddox, and Grant. In lane 3, Hurricanes with Finn, Jacob, Parker, and Tristan. Lane 4, Velocity with Cam, Henry, Michael, and Sam. Lane 5, West Express with Ethan, Alex, Andon, and Aiden. Lane 6, Rochester with Andrew, Gabe, Jasper, and James. And in lane 7, North Star with Wyatt, Soren, Jared, and Henry. At the halfway point, this is West Express. A pretty big lead. This is Anton Schoenberger. And West Express will drop anchor with Sam Swanson and about a 10-meter lead. And West looking at maybe a 6:08. I'm sorry, a 7:08. And that will be ahead of 3 or 4 of the seed times in the last heat. And there it is, a 7:08.93, just like I predicted. Nice 7:11 for velocity. Heat 3. In lane 1, we have Aqua Jets with Broden, Payton, Tim, and Ballard. Lane 2 is Central Minnesota with Sawyer, Hayden, Jack, and Charlie. Lane 3, Edina with Joe, Jackson, August, and Liam. Lane 4, Minnetonka with Ben, Bricks, Will, and Rowan. Lane 5, North Suburban with Danny, Rogan, Benno, and Lucas. Lane 6, Riptide with Gabe, Wes, Micah, and Thomas. Lane 7, St. Croix with Grant, Parker, Pascal, and Ben. And Lane 8, South Metro Storm with Owen, Charlie, Parker, and Kellen. This is Danny By chopping it up in lane 5 for North Suburban. Gonna be right around 140, maybe a 141. North Suburban will send Rogan Ellis into the mix. 140.46 for Danny. Minnetonka's Bricks DeWitt with a 22.8, made up a few tenths in that first 50. Minnetonka closed up another 3 tenths. What a terrific third 50 by Rogan. Great race developing here. This is going to be Benno Schubauer for North Suburban. And Will Jobs will dive in for Minnetonka. Each of these teams has a terrific anchor swimmer. North Suburban will anchor with Lucas McGann. The Minnetonka with Rowan Irwin. At the 100, both swimmers going about the same pace, and North Suburban about a second and a half ahead. Their splits only 4/100ths of a second apart as North Suburban maintains their lead. Nice safe start for Lucas McGann. And in the water now, Rowan Irwin. Rowan off of his great swim in the 1,000. The trick for Rowan to try not to win this at the first 50. .22 flat for Rowan, 22.4 for Lucas. Both swimmers have terrific 200s. The question will be, is Rowan going to feel his 1,000, and also is he going to feel that very aggressive first 50? And right now it looks like Rowan put on a sweatshirt at the 75. St. Croix with Ben Brausis anchoring. Looking good for third, but a 1:39.7 for Lucas McGann. And just like Ellie Bina pulled away for the North Suburban women, Lucas McGann does it for the North Suburban men. Second to Minnetonka, third to the wall, St. Croix, 7:01. And a 7:08.82 for Storm for eighth. So that puts West Express into ninth. And that was a great way to end our evening of racing. But stick around, we'll be presenting the awards for both the girls and the boys 800-yard freestyle relay. And if we could please, the girls and boys top 8 in the 800 free relay to awards ready. Swimmers and coaches, if you could please, while we're waiting for the teams to gather at awards ready, take a look around your area where your team has been sitting and make sure that there's no trash underneath the bleachers. You are welcome to leave bags and such on top of the bleachers, but nothing on the deck below the bleachers. And we are ready now to welcome to the podium our top 8 finishers in the girls' 800-yard freestyle relay. Finishing in 8th place, the team of Sophie, Liz, Adele, and Ellen from Edina. In 7th, the team of Lainey, Lilia, Huishu, and Rachel from Foxjets. In 6th, the team of Lucy, Olivia, Sabina, and Emma from St. Croix. In 5th place, the team of Macy, Vivian, Megan, and Mackenzie from Aquajets. In 4th, the team of Taylor, Lexi, Peyton, and Teresa from the South Metro Storm. In 3rd, with a time of 7:38.34, our bronze medalist Sophia Kurkowski-Gonzalez, Audrey Crawford, Annika Graham, and Bree Harvey from Minnetonka. In the silver medal position, the time of 7:37.91, the team of Marion Colway, Lily Sisson, Caroline Mulrooney, and Madeline Jenin from Riptide. And your 2026 state champions in the 800-yard freestyle relay with a winning time of 7:35.64. The team of Lauren Mackey, Abby Wright, Sydney Edwards, and Ellie Bina from North Suburban Aquatic Club. Congratulations to Lauren, Abby, Sydney, Ellie from North Suburban, and all of our top 8 are medalists in the girls' free relay. And now, please welcome to the podium our top 8 teams in the boys' 800-yard freestyle relay. Finishing in 8th place, the team of Ethan, Alex, Andon, and Aiden from West Express. In 7th, we have Owen, Charlie, Parker, and Kellen from the South Metro Storm. In 6th, Joe, Jackson, August, and Liam from Edina. In 5th, the team of Broden, Payton, Tim, and Ballard from Aquajets. In 4th, the team of Sawyer, Hayden, Jack, and Charlie from Central Minnesota Aquatics. In 3rd place, taking the bronze medal with a time of 7:01.15, team of Grant McElwain, Parker Miller, Pascal Zirin, and Ben Brassis from St. Croix. The silver medalists with a time of 6:49.20, the team of Ben Jobs, Brooks DeWitt, Will Jobs, and Rowan Irwin from Minnetonka. And your 2026 state champions with a winning time of 6:44.85, the team of Danny Bai, Rogan Ellis, Benno Schubauer, and Lucas McGann from North Suburban. Congratulations to North Suburban, whose men and women swept the 800-yard freestyle relay. Swimmers, we ask once again that you make sure that the area beneath your bleacher section is clean. You may leave bags on the deck overnight if you'd like, but make sure the deck is clean below your seating area. Also, the competition pool is closed. All warm up in the scoreboard pool, please. Congratulations to all of our champions, and we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning as we have prelims in our events. The warm-up will begin at 9:30 a.m. and we will begin prelims tomorrow morning at 10:30. So ladies and gentlemen, safe travels to wherever you are resting tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, especially if you joined us on the live stream. And we bid you all safe travels home and a very restful good night. Thank you so much.